Yet another OG character upgrade. Herta now has her new and improved The Herta. Wow, that's a good name. She'll be the newest Ice Air Edition unit coming in phase 1 of 3.0, and she does her job really well, I'ma just say. This guide will discuss the Herta's best Lightcones, relics, Teamcomps, and briefly touch on her Eidolons and materials so that she can absolutely destroy any content. She's not just for pure fiction. So I'll pop up the materials needed to level 80 her and get all traces to level 10. This is the max amount you will ever need. Alright, we can start with Lightcones. So first up, her signature will be her general best in slot. Not by that much though, only about 12% over the rest. It's not a must pull like what we've been seeing recently, only get it if you want to. Her second option is the Battle Pass Lightcone Peaceful Day, but only really at S5. Anything lower falls off pretty hard. Then of course her third and most universal option is Milky Way. Most people should have this Lightcone already. It's amazing on any Air Edition unit. But if you don't have any of the weapons that I just mentioned, you can use Genius's Repose at S5, Breakfast, or Eternal Calculus at S5 as well. Eternal Calculus you can get from the Herta shop. Now, side note, if you have Argenti, Rappa, or Jade signature, they do not perform well at all. It's not worth using over the previously mentioned free-to-play options, but let's move on to her relic options. So just farm the Scholar set. It's perfectly tailored for her. All her damage comes from her skill and ult, so don't farm anything else. For the planet ornaments, farm Izumo, nothing else, because crit rate and attack are her most important stats, and you'll be running another Air Edition unit with her anyways because of her A4 trace requirement. The main stats you want to go for are crit rate or damage, speed for her breakpoint, or attack for more damage, then ice damage and attack percent on the orb and rope. Her substat priority and stat breakpoints are first 134 speed at least, so she can at least go twice in one cycle, because it's not worth having her go any faster. She can't really build stacks for herself as well as her teammates can. Then after that, it's the standard crit rate, crit damage, attack percent, with a little more importance on that attack percent because her kit scales attack like crazy. It's just about balancing those three stats after you hit that speed threshold. Now, Teamcomps. So what is the Herta's role? Well, she's an Air Edition damage dealer who borderline requires another Air Edition unit because of the 80% crit damage increase for all allies through her A4 trace, plus more stack building. So let's first discuss her best Air Edition teammates. Jade is her premium strongest ally. She builds lots of stacks, is SP positive, and is designed to buff the Herta. Otherwise, Himiko and 4-star Herta are also decent. They all build plenty of stacks. Plus, a lot of people are talking about Serval's performance for single target content. She does very well as a stack builder compared to Herta, even though she doesn't have follow-ups. In the sustain slot, Huohuo is the best, mostly because of her energy and attack buffs. They're perfect. All of the sustains perform averagely, except for Lingsha, but we'll get to that. Then the final support slot can be Remembrance MC. She provides many buffs and action advance. Robin, because, well, she's Robin. Also, Ronmei and Sunday are pretty good. Now, a pretty unique team comp is the Herta, Jade, Lingsha, Ronmei, with Jade marking Lingsha instead of the Herta, going all in on attack with little speed. It's a strong and fun comp, but you do have to play in a little bit of a unique way. Regardless, it works. Now, finally, we have her Eidolons. But just real quick, if you're thinking about getting E1 or S1, get her signature. It's much, much better. That being said, E1, when she uses her enhanced skill, it calculates interpretation stacks on the highest stacked enemy with an additional 50% of the stacks, which makes her do a ton more damage. Plus, the stack reset only lowers to 15 instead of the normal one. Pretty solid. One of her strongest, for sure. E2, when an enemy stack count reaches 42, the Herta gains 1 stack and advances forward by 35%. Additionally, if the interpretation stack is 42, she advances a further 25%. It's a really good advance forward mechanic and completely removes the need for her to run speed boots. E4 increases all Air Edition units in the team by 12%. This is just complete dog shit. Anyways, E6, the Herta's ice resistance penetration increases by 20%, and when the number of enemies on the field is 3 or more, 2 or 1, her ult damage multiplier increases by 140%, 250%, and 400% respectively. This essentially allows her to function much better in MOC, Apocalyptic Shadow, or any single target content really. The combination of a ton more damage and single target capability makes her so universal. As usual, E6 just completely changes her. Well, we have Herta, Danheng, March. Who's next? I'm thinking Asta, Pela. You know what, Hoyoverse? How about this? Give us a 5-star Arlan. How about that? Because I don't know what you guys did to create this creature. This little rat, okay? This guy's a little piece of